Hi, travelers. Oh my God, my camera just kind of froze. Hi, it's Mercury retrograde. Okay, this is the first of what I'm going to be calling the election readings. And again, I want to preface this by saying these readings are not uh, being conducted to favor one um, candidate over the other. It's not about necessarily who wins or who loses, but this is just looking at a few issues surrounding the election, what the outcome could be. So I'm going to be looking at things like statements made, um, yes, outcomes, but also things on the coronavirus, on the economy, because, elections have an effect, particularly on the economy. Country swings one way or the other. It means different types of policies. And so these are some of the things that I'm going to be looking at. The reading that I'm going to do today is one that I think, I don't know if it may interest you, but it interests me. Um, President Trump is a Gemini sun, okay? Which means that he's heavily influenced by Mercury. And I have noticed over the years that whenever Mercury has gone retrograde, he has either made statements or there's been some kind of policy that has come out that, particularly underneath the Mercury retrograde, in which they typically have to reverse course. Um, Although the president never apologizes for anything that he says. If you remember the Muslim ban, if I'm not mistaken, that was underneath a Mercury retrograde. And so I'm going to be looking at my question, and these are my tools. I'm using the Lost Tarot of Nostradamus and my trusty dusty notebook. So I've been posting these readings up on Twitter, uh, you know, not like every week, but just kind of randomly, like when the mood strikes me. And so my question for today is, will 45 leave America if he loses the election? Okay. This is what he's been saying. He's been lamenting, what is he going to do if he loses? Where's he going to go? His life's going to be over. So let's just see. He's making these statements underneath the Mercury retrograde. And so I kind of want to see what that is all about. So let me take a sip here. Hold on of my tea. I'm a bit thirsty. It's been a crazy morning already. Put that down. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the cards around. Oh, yeah. And by the way, I started working on that article last night. And I'm going to be working on it throughout the day today. I'm going to be posting it up onto the website so you guys can read about some of the other readings that I've done. Okay. So let me turn this around. I really would appreciate if you guys would contact me with questions, because I'm kind of running out of stuff to ask. So just, general things that you would like to know that may interest you. I hope my camera doesn't shut off. It's acting funny. And I don't mean haha funny. But it is what it is, right? So I'm going to be pulling 4 cards. And the question again is, will 45 leave America as he's, if he loses the election, as he's been saying. So here we go. The Star card. I don't know if you can see that. Yes, can you see that? The Star card. Well, this is interesting. It is the Initiate, which is the 10, 11, 12. The 12 of Moons, and I don't even know what that is off the top of my head, so bear with me. That odd 3 of Moons. Can you see that? Excuse me. That card has come up before. And one of the previous readings that I did that I posted to Twitter, as has this card. I did not remember the number, but the imagery is quite distinct. Last card down. The Sun. Well, typically the Sun card is always a yes to any answer. But let me just see here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read to you the quatrains that go with these particular cards. And I'm going to try to interpret, using my guides, what the quatrains are referring to. Okay? So the overall energy starts with the Sun. I'm sorry, with the star card. Always a good card. I love to see it. It gives hope. Well, the quatrain. The two great masters will be joined in one yoke. Their great strength will be enhanced. This is a prophetic reference to the U.S. Russian alliance, but in the 23rd century. Now, um, I'm not exactly sure how far out this is in relation to what we're saying, but I find it interesting that the overall energy speaks about um, the alliance that the president has with Russia, the friendship that he has with Putin, his affinity for all things Russian, that they are joined at the yoke. I would take it to mean that it goes back to the 2016 elections and the allegations of cheating, stealing the election. Okay? It says that their great strength will be enhanced. Well, I can't necessarily say for certain that the president is working, is a willing participant in helping Russia to obtain its goal of becoming the leader of world power. Um, but it looks awfully suspicious. Yes? Okay. We will move to the initiate, the suit of moons. And let me figure out exactly what the suit of moons represents first. If I'm not mistaken, let me see here. They give me the suits. And I should know this. The suit of moons is the suit of cups. Okay, so I have two cups and two major arcanas, the stars and the sun. Uh, Two illuminaries. The stars come out at night. They shine brightly. They point us in the direction like the North Star. But they also give us hope. They bring peace, sometimes clarity, but nothing like the sun. The sun is the supreme illuminary in the sky. It's quite interesting that even though these moon cards represent the suit of cups, we now have the stars, the moon, and the sun. So everything working in concert together. So we will look at the initiate, the suit of moons. And we're looking at number 12. This is the the Knight of Moons. Now, this says the new philosopher of single mind has already perceived the moon in the depths of night on a high mountain. Basically, the card refers to a sense of otherworld glamour hanging around a person and speaks to secret knowledge hidden just below the surface. The person can be considered a guide, second to none. Um, but in a reversal, the person can be deceitful, seductive, a cheat, and a trickster who will lead you astray or encourage you to do the very things that you should not. Huh. The Three of Moons. There's something else the card is trying to tell me. The quatrain. The land will be under the influence of the lunar globe, during which time Mercury will be dominant. What I find to be interesting about this particular card is we see this angel blowing a horn, but he also has a quill, right, in his hand. Uh, I don't know if the quill is pointing at something or if the quill is poised to write something. So to me, this speaks to some kind of new chapter. This speaks to some kind of news or announcement coming. Okay. Um, Interestingly, the president is a Leo rising. Here we have the sun. Mercury will be put out to graze by Vulcan. The sun will be clear, sparkling, and fair. Philosophy rules over science in a future time. Let me, I would say, based upon this, and let me see if I can give us give a timing here. If I were to take the 12 to say that this would be the 12th month, which would be December, by the third month, which would be January, February, March, um, I would take it that if he's going to leave, it would be in the time frame of March. We will hear this announcement. I want to see what this griffin means here. I think that's a griffin. Let me make sure. This might not be interesting to you, but it is to me, because I do feel that there is some news soon to be imparted upon us. The fact that it ends with the sun um, is quite interesting to me. Let's see here. Yes, that is a griffin here in this card, and he's holding I don't know, a sphere. There's the sun behind him as well. So we have two interpretations of the sun. Let me see if I can find the griffin in my other book to see if there are any more representations of the griffin here, interpretations. The griffin. If I am to take the meaning of the griffin here from the ancient Greeks, they symbolize that the griffins symbolize strength and vigilance, as well as the obstacles to be overcome in reaching the goal. They have also, in Christian symbolism, it is an image of the devil, to the extent that theological writers use the expression, which I can't pronounce, as a synonym for Satan. In lay terms, it represents superior force and imminent danger. The fact that he is in flight, this is a combination of a lion and an eagle. The eagle is representative of the United States. But here we see another lion lying underneath the sun at rest. I don't know why he has a red cap on his head, but I take this to mean that the president will be leaving the United States. But he won't be leaving simply because he has um, lost the election. He literally will be taking flight. I do feel that he will be absconding. I am not quite certain if these individuals here in this card are those people who are, I don't know, looking over things, studying things, these very learned people who have come together. And I feel that whatever this information that these people have has yet come to pass, but there will be some kind of announcement on it. It is yet to be written. It literally is in the stars, okay? But just the basic question of will he be leaving America? Again, I say that this will not be due to the fact that he has lost the election. There are other forces or other issues at work here. Let me put it that way. And yes, he will be leaving. I think what I find to be most interesting about this depiction of the sun is that there's no greenery here. The landscape is rather barren. So I'm taking that to mean that wherever he goes, it will not be a place that is fruitful, for lack of a better term, for him or to him, particularly with his personality skill set. That's what I have for you today. If you'd like to leave a message up underneath this, I hope you found this interesting. I'll be doing another one tomorrow. I may even come back and do another one later today. And so if you have any questions you want to pose, this is to start the opening. Just come up underneath the video, type a question, and I may take those questions, some of those questions, and use them as a basis for future readings. Okay? I hope you enjoyed that. So until next time, what did it say? Wait, there's something else. Remember I said there was something else. Something about Mercury. I don't know if this was this Three of Moons or what. Hold on. The Three of Moons. Yes. The land will be under the influence of the lunar globe. Oh, that is the full moon on the election night, November 3rd, during which time Mercury will be dominant. I think Mercury retrograde ends on November 20th, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, so maybe there's something else that is going to... Mercury will be put out to graze by Vulcan. If you've been on the website and I've explained to you who Vulcan is, Vulcan lived underground. He is the ruler of the, not the ruler of the underworld. That's Pluto, who's the king of the underworld. But Vulcan was over mines and forges and volcanoes, and he was the wife of Venus. And when he discovered that Venus was cheating with Mars as her lover, instead of killing them, he dragged them before the tribunal of gods, and he shamed them in public. He could have killed them, but he did not. So the sun will be clear, sparkling, and fair. I'm not exactly sure if what that is saying to me is the concept that whatever information comes out, whatever this process is to move this situation along, I think it's going to be, quote unquote, clear. It's going to capture our attention, but I think it's going to be presented in a manner that is fair. If this deals with him leaving the actual White House, okay, then I think that process is going to be done in a fair way. I don't think that, I don't see any inklings of violence here. I don't see any inklings of subterfuge or things going on behind the scenes. I think it's going to be a clear, direct, and fair process. But the answer of will he be leaving the country, the answer is yes, he will. And I would say perhaps 3 months after he has left the White House. So we're looking in the time frame of March. All right, that's what I have for you. And so until next time, I hope you enjoyed this. Namaste.